Hi everybody, and welcome to my next video, the third video in this YouTube adventure of my circumnavigation. And today I thought I'd talk about what it's like being away from my boys. I mean, I'm going to try and keep my video lower than 7 minutes, ideally around about 4 or 5 minutes length. But sometimes, especially with a video like today talking about being away from my boys, I don't know how long it's going to go, so just bear with me please. Being away from my boys is incredibly hard. I wake up and I think of them, I go to bed, I think of them, I see parents with their children, I think of them, I cook meals, I know we've eaten together and I think of them. They're never out of my mind, and yet I'm actually having a really great time. I'm being very productive in my business, I'm getting a lot of work done. I'm getting a lot of writing done for my next books, and I am exploring getting quite a bit of fitness done. It makes it easier that today we have technology, we have WhatsApp groups, we have FaceTime, we have phone calls, they have, we have email. And I know that had I have not had all of those, I would probably have jumped on a plane and gone home by now. And I also know that if I stayed around, then I wouldn't have been the mum I wanted to be, especially with the situation that I found myself in over the last couple of years with the Scotland saga, which you can read about in my book Crossing the Line, which is available on Amazon in all formats. It was a very painful time, and it took a lot away from me emotionally, mentally, physically, and I wasn't able to give the boys the life that I wanted. The Scotland saga really impacted me in a lot of ways, very negative ways, and so much so that I don't actually really like being around a lot of people anymore. I don't trust people a lot. There's stuff that I'm working on. I need time to heal from that, and while I'm doing that, it would actually be detrimental for me to be around my boys. I can't just go to bed and wake up and pretend that everything's okay, because it's not. And there is the guilt that we suffer as mothers. Mums are made to feel incredibly guilty for being away from their children, and I don't see why we should, because if we were men, we wouldn't be faced with that guilt. We are told that we're bad mothers if we're not there doing absolutely everything for them, and I look around me sometimes and I see mothers sacrificing themselves, becoming a martyr for their children. They're the maids for their children, and mothers are not maids, mothers are mothers, and mothers should not be maids for their children, because in fact they're actually disabling their children for the future. And our job as parents is to actually raise confident, happy, successful adults, however that success shows up for them. And if parents keep doing everything for their children and wrapping them up in cotton wool, we're going to have some really serious problems going forward. And the other thing that I've noticed, especially with some of the work that I've done over the last few years, and over the last 15, 20 years, I see a lot of women not allowing the fathers of their children to parent their children. And I just think, what was the point of having these children if you're not going to allow the father to step up and be their dad? You might as well just become artificially inseminated, really. And you chose them for a reason. Allow these men to step up into their power, step up and actually parent the children. Now, my children are 11 and 15. My ex-husband, their dad, isn't a bad person. We're still friends, and we were together 18 years, and he's got a lot of great qualities that he can give the boys, and there's stuff that I can't give them. So this time that I'm away doing the circumnavigation is a time for him and the boys to connect. He wasn't around a lot when they were younger, so this is a time for them to connect, for them to really get to know each other, have man time, and just be themselves without mum around, and I think that's really, really important. Now, obviously, if he was a violent man, if he was abusive in really bad ways, then obviously that's slightly different. And I know that it's not something that everybody can do, So I've just got sand everywhere. I've just been sunbathing, reading a book about how China discovered the world, and I've just got sand everywhere. You know, and I know that not everybody has the relationship that I have with my ex-husband, and I know that a lot of that, from what I've done for my Separating with Style event and a lot of the coaching that I've done with people, that a lot of it actually comes down to ego and being unable to let go of the pain and forgive somebody. But the only way we can heal ourselves and allow our children to have healthy relationships going forward is to actually let go of that pain, dive deep into it, which is why I'm here away from my children, dealing with the pain and the upset and the distrust that I have of the systems in Scotland, and rebuilding and focusing on my business. Like I said, if you want to know what actually went on and why I keep referring to the Scotland saga and why I need to heal, then you can read about it in my latest book, Crossing the Line. But yeah, it is incredibly hard being away from my boys, and you know, I'm working towards getting them out to be with me. The problem is, because they are 11 and 15, they need supervised flights, and not every single place I go to will be, fly there on supervised flights, fly children there on supervised flights. So I'm having to work within that framework. And so the next stop is Indonesia, and I know that I can get them some supervised flights out to Bali, but I'm not actually going to be there very long, and so it might be Thailand. They might just have to wait till Christmas to be with me until I get to South Africa or Madagascar. I'm thinking Madagascar would be quite cool. I mean, I know Alex the lion won't be there and the penguins won't be there, but hey, we could always have a giggle about that. But yeah, that's about it for today. As you can see the background behind me, I am here in Mooloolaba in Australia. I'm about to leave in a couple of days. We're just getting the boat ready now. It's an old ketch. She's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, we'll be leaving and sailing up to Cairns, and then I'll be getting on another boat and sailing over to Indonesia. So stay tuned and I will keep you updated, and there will be some videos from me out at sea, so look forward to those. And yeah, if you've got any questions, send them through to me on my Facebook page at DawnyBee, DAWN EEBE, or send them through to hello@dawnbates.com, and I'll answer them in my next videos. Okay, have a lovely day. I'm going to go and have some lunch now, and yeah, just take care of yourselves, and just know that if I can do this, anyone can do it. Take care. Bye bye.